Ryan told you, special teams crucial, and we are underway. Tucker hits it high and short. Jerry Rosberg wants to see his coverage teams work tonight. Pascal brings it out across the 15-20. It'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. Cousins under center to get it started for the Redskins. 1st and 10 at their 25. He'll go play fake. Cousins down the seam, and it's almost intercepted of Eric Cousins with Rob Kelly as his deep back. Kelly will get his first carry, and he won't get far as the Ravens defense, led by Terrell Suggs, collapses on him after a 2-yard gain for their first 3 and outs of the preseason. Cousins pocket collapsing, and down he goes. This way will kick standing at his 5. Back to wobbly punt, and White has to make the fair catch. He secures it inside the Ravens 4.
Sprint and run with it.
On 1st down, Mallett on the short drop. His pass through the hands of Terrence West. West and Talaferro in the backfield, and it's going to be an end around to White trying to hit the accelerator, and he'll deke his way across the 45-yard line to set up a 3rd down and short for the Ravens. Tonight it's Terrence West joining Mallett in the backfield on 3rd down and 2. Mallett going to the far sideline. He's got Campanaro. He underthrew him at the 30-yard line. Deep inside the Redskins 10. Sam Cook has a wide variety of punts. It's a sidewinder. He'll drop it inside the 10. It'll trickle down the sideline and go out of bounds inside the 5. Stays in at quarterback. The Ravens defense has Washington backed up inside its 5. Rob Kelly looking for a little bit of daylight to run to. Instead, it's Brandon Williams who brings him down after a gain of about 3. Ravens showing blitz, and here it comes. Cousins from his end zone. Under pressure, completes it across the 10-yard line. It will be shy of the 1st down. Rob Kelly on the reception. Matt Judon right there on the stop. NFL a year ago. C.J. Mosley with a run blitz, and the Ravens are going to bottle the Redskins up. Pressure came from Brent Urban and Michael Pierce out of Arizona State. It's been impressive in camp. Tress Way kicking out of the end zone. Go back White up to his 35. He's got some room to run across the 40. A little spin move. I think that's the X on Madden. Doesn't get him much more than a yard or 2. Terrence West will get the carry on 1st down. Got a little bit of a seam. It'll punch his way through there out to the 47-yard line before Ziggy Hood brings him down.
That's center and guard.
And that was John Urschel, who retired on the 1st day of training camp. Terrence West on the 2nd down sweep. No room to run. Brings Chris Moore in tight to the right. Mallett to throw on 3rd down. Good protection. Fires down the seam, and it's incomplete. He will
develop that touch to convert on 3rd down.
Sam Cook punting to Will Blackman. Another rugby style end over end. Blackman will settle under this one and makes the fair catch at the 6-yard line.
Ball, you don't want to be with your back to this end zone. Nor turn around and run the ball and be in a 2nd and long.
Samaje Perine gets the carry. Perine in the backfield with Colt McCoy. McCoy looking to throw. Pocket collapsing, and McCoy's pass reflects the pass rush pressure. Ravens will rush 5. Quick outlet pass complete, but only a gain of a yard. Impressive start for the Ravens defense. Tress Way almost gets it blocked. White is going to let this one bounce and trickle out of bounds in Redskins territory, and a late flag thrown at the 20-yard line.
Guys that can...
Holding, receiving team number 31. 10-yard penalty from the end of the play. 1st down.
Ryan Mallett on 1st down hands it off to Buck Allen. Buck Allen will be stood up after a gain of about 3. Get to the 46-yard line 5 times.
No, and when Kent Dixon got hurt, this is the opportunity for him. This is how it works. This is what John Harbaugh is talking about. Great opportunity for these guys to step up.
Play fake screen, and Buck Allen takes a big hit from Zach Brown, but he held. Ravens trying to maximize good field position. Mallett lofts it to the far sideline. He's got Campanaro out there, and again underthrown, but this time penalty flags will accompany the ball to the field.
To get the call
Pass
here.
interference. Defense number 20. By rule, the ball is placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic. 1st down.
Showing some flashes. Nick Boyle, tight end in motion on 1st down. The first down of the game. Buck Allen, not much running room. He'll get it to the 30. Pickup of a couple before Trent Murphy brings him down. Allen, the deep back, will get another carry. He's got a lead block, a seam, and he pounds his way down inside the 25-yard line. Nice run there. It'll set up a 3rd down and 3. And center for you as a backup. On third down, Buck Allen carrying off left tackle, and he is stood up and stopped at the line of scrimmage. Oh. Justin Tucker's kick is off the upright and no good, but a flag is down on the play.
Illegal formation foul, number 92, defense. Lined up with the thing of the snapper. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Allen in the gun. West to the backfield. West will get the carry. He's to the 15. Sidesteps a tackler 10. He's got a shot. That'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A terrific run by Terrence West at a power formation. Backs in the eye. It was to West straight ahead. He's not going to get to the goal line.
So if this is a play action pass, we're in trouble.
Ricky Ortiz is the fullback to give it to West. Up and over, and Terrence West is in for the touchdown. Tucker puts that one in between the uprights. You've done this so many times. It isn't until you get to the game situation you really find out what you have. Justin Tucker will kick it off. Zach Pascal settles under it, turns it across the 10 to the 20, and down at the 22. Let's take some here in the early going. Chris Thompson in the backfield. Off the play fake. McCoy under pressure. And he was slinging almost intercepted.
Corner right now. They're pretty set at safety.
On second down, McCoy to throw. Again under pressure. Pocket collapsing. He escaped but won't get far. Ball came loose at the end of that play. A loss of at least 2.
That's good.
For almost 13 minutes of the opening quarter. McCoy again under pressure. A wobbly pass and a big hit at the end, but complete for the first down out to the 38-yard line. Ryan Grant held on. Anthony Levine applying the stick. Redskins trying Chris Thompson on the run game. Thompson will weave his way out to the 44-yard line. Let's go back except for defensive line. That's versatile. Thompson again on the carry, tries to bounce it outside, and Matt Judon will have none of it, but a flag is down at the end of the play.
Illegal use of the hands, hands to the face, number 91, defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
It's Patrick Ricard, one of the... Look at a chance for a make good later in this game, I can promise you that. Thompson with the carry, picks his way through a crowd, and will get into Ravens territory down to the Ravens 46-yard line after a gain of about 5. Ravens up by a touchdown. Samaje Perine in the backfield, but McCoy going deep down the sideline, incomplete. Excellent coverage on the play by Jalen Hill. Third down and 5. Blitz pressure coming. McCoy's pass is complete, but it will be shy of the first down by about half a yard. Again, it's Hill with a terrific open field tackle. Is the back. Ravens show blitz pressure. Perine up the middle, and it will be close, but it looks like he might have it. Kamale Correa met him at the line of scrimmage. Attack play. We'll get to that after this play. McCoy, quick release. His pass is caught at the 40-yard line. And Tyus Bowser again with the open field tackle in the pass coverage. McCoy with Perine in the backfield. Blitz pressure coming. And McCoy down the seam. He overthrew his man. He had him at the 10. Matt Hazel got open. Parts of defense.
Offense number 60. 10-yard penalty remains second down.
Second and 17. The Perine fumbles the ball. That'll recovered, but back in Ravens territory, Redskins territory at the 48-yard line. So the Redskins.
I want to see you on the play sheet where you have a third and forever.
Flag is down. McCoy with the check down, and it is dropped.
Illegal formation, an uncovered tackle by the offense. That penalty will be declined. Fourth down.
This is a very imposing defense. Tim White is awaiting the Tressway punt. And he will make the fair catch inside the 15-yard line. Deep
organization as they build around them.
Ryan Mallett off the play fake, throws out of the backfield, complete to Buck Allen. Lost his footing, a flag down on the play.
Trade later in the preseason.
47 defense, 5-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
So the penalty. Taliaferro and Buck Allen in the backfield. Buck Allen will get the carry behind Taliaferro. Boy, churn out a couple of yards out to the 14 where Ryan Anderson makes the stop.
Cutbacks and counters are the way to go.
Mallett out of the shotgun, quick release. He's got Nick Boyle on the flat, and Boyle will have a first down at the 23-yard line. That moves the chains.
The board to see who was close to him.
Absolutely nobody. Buck Allen, he's got a hole, and Allen will stretch his way across the 30-yard line before Nico Marley, Bob Marley's grandson, can bring him to the turf mound.
6-inch punch, create a hole with a big physical back that can get you the extra yards.
Mallett on the second down pass to Chris Moore. Slips out of a tackle, takes a big hit at the 43-yard line, and that is good for another Ravens first down. Nothing Ravens, second quarter. Mallett hands it off to the rookie, to Quan Mizell. And the former Virginia Cavalier will get about 4 on the carry. Micey
Dog in that regard.
Mallett with a deep drop, great pass protection. He's got all night, and he's going to go all the way down the field inside the 5, and it's broken up at the goal line. Going to look at closely tonight, and so far it's looking good. Mallett on third down, his pass sails high and incomplete. Not the best punter in the NFL when it comes to dropping the ball inside the 20. Hit a knuckler this time, and it's fumbled. Will be carried into the end zone before it is picked up by Blackman, brings it out and taken down at the 5-yard line. And that just getting started. Matt Jones in the backfield will carry on first down, and he's hit, escapes one, but taken down shy of the 10-yard line. Colt McCoy has been under pressure. He'll throw from the 2-yard line, a quick release, and it is caught out at the 18-yard line. Looks like it will be just shy of a first down again for Colt McCoy. Matt Jones on the carry, and Matt Jones is driven backwards inside the 15-yard line. It was Matt Judon lighting him up. Ravens rush 4. It's Colt McCoy throws quickly over the middle. His pass is complete. Ball is jarred loose. A loose ball at the 17-yard line. And the Ravens have recovered.
After free agent here, we've seen these kind of hits from the Ravens already tonight. Great position, legal hit, comes in and follows up. He had to bypass the first hit, follows up, good physical, and then scrambles and stay alive. The play is never over.
Without a doubt, a better job than any organization.
Pass followed by a fumble with recovery by the defense. That ruling is on further review.
At least they're trying to take the steps to do away with the boot.
The ruling on the field has been changed. The receiver did not possess the pass in order to become a runner. Therefore, is it an incomplete pass? It will be third down and 11. Please put 6 minutes and 58 seconds on the game clock.
So Brad Allen's trip not under the hood, brought to you by Toyota, turns the ball back to the Redskins. Brian,
well, I don't know. I think the little shuffling the ball right there, but they always say, did he perform a football act? Well, when you have the ball like the
third down and 11. McCoy with a quick release, and he's off the target. Redskins possessions have now ended in punt. Tressway kicking to Tim White. And White will take this one on the run if he can get there. Instead, it goes out of bounds before he can get his hands on it. Visit BaltimoreRavens.com/kickoff. It's what I get for jerking around. I mispronounced the man's name.
Depth at the tackle. Do they have the swing tackle, notwithstanding Austin Howard now being on the roster? Do they have what they need at swing tackle?
Mallett's pass on second down deflected, incomplete. He was looking for Larry Donnell.
I got to get used to this new center.
Jensen with a shotgun snap to Ryan Mallett. Mallett's pass is caught at the Redskins 43-yard line. Michael Campanaro on the reception. And that is going to be for 10 yards and a Ravens first down. It's been the inability to stay healthy. This is 4th season. Mallett on first down, out of the gun, pocket collapsing, and he'll escape, but is tripped up and taken down back at the line of scrimmage. Away with the first unit in training camp with Joe Flacco on the sideline. Inside handoff to Mizell. And Mizell gets around the edge inside the Redskins 40 down to the 38-yard line before Josh Harvey Clemens brings him down. Wicks, if you're calling him smoke.
Yeah, you hope that's what it's for.
Mallett swing pass out of the backfield. Buck Allen doing a good job of eluding a tackle. They'll be taken down inside the 35, shy of the first down. Brian Ortiz in front of Buck Allen. Max Williams in motion to give it to Ortiz, and the fullback goes up and over, and he will be close. This drive.
Kind of the area you might see a shot down the field, huh?
Off the play fake. Check down. Buck Allen with some room to run. He's inside the 25, down to the 24. He'll get 8 on the play. Ravens players who have kept this string going for almost 14 years. Buck Allen on second down and short. He'll be about a half a yard shy of the first down. Down to the pick it up with Brian's comments on that after this play. Mallett with a third down toss. Mizell around the left side, and he'll stretch the ball forward good for the first down. Brian, how much?
2,000. And you go at some other teams giving them 15, 20, 25,000 as a signing bonus. The $1,000 derby. I used to
up to double that by the break.
I'd watch Campanera right here. He seems to be the guy.
Blitz pressure almost intercepted. It was almost picked off by the Shazer Everett on third down conversions out of the gun on 3rd and 10. Good protection, pass complete. Max Williams, but he'll be taken down after a short gain inside the 20.
$1,000 they fined me was all just out of bounds.
Tucker from 37 yards splits the uprights, and the Ravens extend their lead to 10-0. 10-0 lead for the Ravens. Final minute of the first half. And Justin Tucker will give the special teams a chance to cover another kick. Taken by Matt Hazel across the 15. And he'll be taken down in a crowd at the 23-yard line. Tim
Nation to replace Steve Smith and Dennis Pitt.
Colt McCoy in an obvious passing situation. His pass is caught out at the 30-yard line. Nice break on the ball.
Newsom and John Harbaugh can feel good about it.
McCoy on second down, lofts it to the far sideline. This one is picked off at the 45-yard line. It's Jalen Hill capping an impressive first half in his first NFL preseason game.
Throw by Colt McCoy. He's going to trail technique. He's going to have some help over the top. He can bide his time. He knows exactly where he is on the field to make the interception. He knew he had help over the top. A little bit of pressure again. Skating off the block.
Look imposing and deep with the play of some young players.
Ravens got all 3 timeouts.
Ryan Mallett completes it to Quincy Adebojo at the 44-yard line. That'll be good for a first down. And
John here, this looks like it may very well be that. And that's, nope, he's going to get it out. Maybe, can I get out of bounds? Get out of bounds.
And Taquan Mizell gets out of bounds with 6 seconds left in the half. He'll be at the 41-yard line.
We're in this situation. Did you get the ball? Did you get out of bounds? What's the timing?
Mallett throws it incomplete at the 25-yard line. He was looking for Adebojo from 59 yards on the final play of the first half. Sam Cook with a hold. Tucker's kick. He's got the accuracy. He's got the leg, and it is good. Justin Tucker from 59.
Wow.
To the delight of Ravens fans to close out the first half.
That'd have been good from 69. That's spectacular.
If his night is done, we can only presume the offense will have the ball first. Tim White will field the kick on the run, cross the 10 to the 15, stutter step, and he gets tripped up at the 20, and flags follow him to the turf.
Not to reach
There
up
are
and
2
grab.
fouls by the receiving team on the play. Illegal block in the back, number 34 of the receiving team. That penalty is declined. Holding, number 69 of the return team. That penalty will be accepted. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
On first down, they give us to Mizell right up the middle, and Mizell will get out to the 11-yard line, get maybe a yard, yard and a half. Anything else he's experienced in the NFL. Long hands it off to Rainey, tries to bounce around the outside, and he'll be forced down to the turf. Shy of the first down, out of the 16. It'll set up a third down at about 3. Mizell in the backfield. Vaughn, pocket collapsing, and he's going to be spun down back at the 10-yard line. You saw on Harbaugh now. Kicking out of the end zone. And that will sail out of bounds into the Ravens bench area. The Redskins will have excellent field position to start their first drive of the second half. Endless pass rusher. Give us to P. Ryan. Sweeping around the left side. He's got some room inside the Ravens 40-yard line. He'll get 11 on the play and a first down right out of the gate.
Where you tend to see it.
Robert Davis split wide. Gives to P. Ryan off left tackle. P. Ryan taken down. And on the stop, Bronson Kalfusi.
Just after the final preseason game.
Redskins opening drive of the second half. Quick pass complete down to the 30-yard line. P. Ryan in the backfield. Sudfeld looking to throw. Blitz pressure coming. Sudfeld's pass is incomplete. Redskins trying to get on the board for the first time tonight. A 49-yard field goal attempt. Dustin Hopkins, and it is good.
Veterans like Terrell Suggs on the team.
Tim White will get another shot at trying to return a kick here. Takes it at the 2, brings it across the 10, and he's not going to get very far. He is twisted down at about the 12-yard line. Dustin Vaughn off the play fake, chased from the pocket and taken down inside the 10-yard line. Nico Marley with his 3rd tackle of the game. Bobby Rainey checks into the backfield. Get the inside handoff, bounces it to the outside, has some room. Rainey gets back close to the original line of scrimmage where the Ravens will face a 3rd down and long.
You mentioned a developmental squad. It may not be this year. It may be a path. You got to get them to understand that it is a long path sometimes.
Dustin Vaughn's pass is complete, and that will be close to a 1st down. Brought Whalen in when Campanaro was on the PUP list to start training camp, so now they're both competing. Here's to Quan Mizell right up the middle. It's a yard or 2 before Anthony Lanier brings him down. He's going to have a big year for the Ravens this year. Vaughn. Pressure, sacked back at the 15-yard line. Mizell will get the carry, and he has nowhere to go. That'll bring the punt team on as Lyndon Trail made it a very short trail. Here from a guy with great Baltimore roots. Rudy Gay will be joining Evan Washburn on the sidelines. Allen's punt, fielded by Kendall Fuller. Fuller working his way on the far sideline, gets across the 40-yard line out to the 43.
As a Ravens fan, you saw Jerome Bettis at one point. You couldn't even talk to him because that's how deep this fandom runs.
I'm not a Ravens fan, I'm a Raven. So it's a little different.
What's
a lot of respect that goes from one sport to another.
I'm sure it may be Super Bowl related, but your favorite memory as a Raven fan growing up?
We bring in kids from all around the city and all around the country to come play. And it's the top D1 prospects all in the country. We're going to just give them a chance.
Enough of an athlete, he might get that shot. Redskins looking at a 2nd and short. Mac Jones with the carry, he has nowhere to go. Tyus Bowser tying him up in the backfield. Sudfeld, his pass sailed high and incomplete. Good coverage on the play by Trevin Wade.
A lot more opportunities in substantive games like next week and the week after that to not only show the Ravens but show tape for the rest of the league.
Keenan Reynolds back for the punt return, and he'll let the ball sail into the end zone for a touchback.
Top 10 defense. You have the elements to run the ball well, but you've got to earn that, and they've got to commit to it. They seem like they want to. If they do, it's going to set up the big plays down the field because
they really roll up the numbers. Mizell again with a hole. He gets around the edge out close to the 34-yard line. That'll move the chains and give the Ravens a fresh set of downs. So
Matt Stover, I hope people in Baltimore realize how lucky they are. Have 2 great kickers like Matt Stover and Tucker. But you're exactly right.
In the spring, trying to find a way to hook on with the Ravens. And they give it to Bobby Rainey, who is hit in the backfield, stretches forward for about a yard pickup. It'll be 3rd down and short.
The money only goes so far, so you've got to work in combination, and with the defense and special teams. Ooh, got to snap it away from us there. Oh, this is where all of a sudden you get a big play.
And Mizell almost broke it after the sloppy snap to Josh Woodrum, who almost lost the ball on the shotgun exchange. And that will certainly draw some attention in the tape room. Kenny Allen with his punt. Kendall Fuller awaits. Fields it inside the 15. And he will be stopped right at the 15.
Players that can bring pressure up in the middle.
Redskins will go to the ground game. P. Ryan off right tackle, get a couple of yards. Ross, Brandon Boykin is at cornerback. Better looking for a spot. Here's a potential sack. Kaufusi can't get to the quarterback. Nate Sudfeld gets rid of the ball, but the Ravens bring the blitz. It works. Pass way off the mark, intended for Robert Davis.
I'd like to see Dean get an opportunity maybe to head coach. It's tough when you're at the age that Dean and I are for some people, but yeah, I thought maybe with the Bruce Arians might give him a chance.
Keenan Reynolds with a punt return. He's got 1 man to beat. Tripped up at the 40 and taken down at the 32-yard line. The former quarterback at Navy trying to find a way back to the roster on special teams with an explosive play.
And go. You can see right here, he's out 1 step, boom, and go. Now just turn on the speed. Don't dance around. Don't try to do too much. Just go. Nice balance, excellent play.
A 48-yard punt return. And the best special teams play by any returner so far tonight. Puts the Ravens in great field position. Josh Woodrum at quarterback. He's going deep. He's got a man White at the far. White with a touchdown catch. Tim White got deep, and Josh Woodrum found him on a 33-yard toss. Justin Tucker on for the extra point try. And Tucker's kick is good.
You go as fast as you can. I'll throw it as far as I can. Nice job being the DB. Actually has to wait for it a little bit. Nice job catching, waiting and catching the ball in behind.
Top and get the touchdown pass converted. Tucker not messing around this time as he kicks it deep into the end zone for the touchback. Matt Hazel won't bring that one out. Puts the Ravens in front 20-3 on the final play of the third quarter. Nate Sudfeld going up top, and his pass is caught inside the Ravens' 45-yard line. Sudfeld stays quarterback as the Redskins take possession to start the fourth quarter. Brown stretching the ball forward. Bam Bradley bringing him down.
What you need on the inside? You guys gobble up blocks, be where you're supposed to be doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Almost picked off by Trevin Wade. No surprise. A pair of brothers who know how to coach. Sudfeld pass complete inside the 35 and taken down hard at the 31-yard line. Coming down with the reception. Lassa Garner. Big hit by Otha Foster. Bam Bradley.
How am I getting home tonight?
I mean, we joke about that, but these guys have never even been to downtown Baltimore.
Be a stretch.
Baltimore is challenging the ruling on the field of a completed pass. We will review the play.
John Harbaugh threw the challenge flag.
Judge, what did you see? He'll see the back judge. What did you see? Well, now he's got another view up above that can get to him directly. I don't know that you need the tablet to sort goal line. I think we're going to get there.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field has been changed. The receiver did not complete the process of the catch. It's an incomplete pass. Baltimore is not charged a timeout, and it has another challenge. It will be fourth down from the 43-yard line.
And coach it.
Dose of the running game. First half. Offensive line looks strong. Keenan Reynolds here in the second half with a 48-yard punt return. He'll let that one bounce inside the 5, and it will trickle into the end zone for a touchback. Good top of the coach's preference order. Hands it off to Mizell. Mizell will be taken down after a gain to about the 24-yard line. Malik goes in motion. Gives it to Mizell. Cuts it back in the numbers, and he'll be taken down to the 26-yard line. Woodrum keeps it on the redraw. It'll slide down to the first down to the 40-yard line. That's one of the benefits of having a third-string quarterback in preseason. You're never going to run that with Ryan Mallett or Joe Flacco.
Right. You're just calling it at this point.
Hands it off. Mizell weaves his way all the way out close to midfield. He'll get another first down as
came out of a big program, Arizona State. You wonder, what is it the scouts didn't like? And I mean, scouts league-wide, because, you know, the entire league passed on him. Amazing that they weren't drafted.
And he set the record in the ACC for receptions out of the backfield. Here's Quincy Adebayo on the slant pattern with a reception inside the Redskins 40 for another Ravens first down.
Gobble up coverage.
Josh Woodrum out of the shotgun. Blitz pressure coming. Woodrum going up top, looking for Adebayo. Adebayo can't get it, but a flag is down. It will be pass interference on the Redskins. Tevin Homer.
This was going to be a touchdown.
Pass interference. Defense number 37 by rule. The ball is placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
Gives it to Mizell. Mizell slips one tackle and will stretch the ball down to about the 7-yard line as the Ravens operate their offense in the Grill Mates red zone.
But the vision that's brought from the team, right from ownership down to general manager to the head coach, that shared vision for what it is you want to do. Doesn't mean you always agree. There's a lot of scrimmaging going on.
Down and goal for Josh Woodrum at the empty backfield. Pocket collapsing, he'll escape. Flag is down. Woodrum running out of time, running out of room. And he is belted out of bounds at the 4-yard line by Lyndon Trail. That is the preliminary signal from Brad Allen.
Holding. Offense number 67. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
I mean, it's obviously somewhat of a given.
Technically a 21-yarder. Chip shot, Tucker up and through. And with 8:01 left to play, the Ravens extend their lead to 23-3.
That can be a presence, and if they can, again, depth along the defensive line.
Tucker's going to kick this one into the end zone for another touchback. Zach Pascal will field it. Game. Ryan will check that. Mac Brown will carry it up the middle, across the 30 to the 34. Get about 8 on the play.
Preseason game. You're coming in, and you got to send the coaches back to the tape, so to speak.
Almost intercepted by Trevin Wade.
Let's had some runs downfield, and we took advantage of it.
What has stood out to you about this offense through this early portion of training camp? Obviously,
that's how I like to run.
What are your priorities from the offseason and coming into this year after you got things going last year, but obviously wanting to make an even bigger impact here in 2017?
Displeasure of having to practice against great defense day in and day out. Long term, it's a benefit.
And there's no question about it. When you go day in and day out against the caliber of maybe a little more vertical passing game to go with the good. They're going to continue to push the run. They're going to continue to try to get that pitch count up with regards to the running game, and you just heard him say.
Penalty on the Ravens defense negates a Van Bradley sack. Now Mac Brown with the carry. He's tied up in the backfield and taken down by Jalen Hill and Patrick Ricard.
The film, but at least now you can hone your focus a little bit on some players, and you just named a couple of them with Ricard and Judon as well, as to, okay, are we using this guy effectively enough?
Again.
Pass interference, offense number 83. 10 yards from the previous spot, still 2nd down.
You take into the coaching that you're going to turn it into a positive and see what you can get done.
Nate Sudfeld on 2nd down, throws across the middle, complete to James Quick. And the defense bringing him down far shy of the 1st down. Let's check in.
But he's had a good, solid game.
Thanks to Tom Hornick for that question on Twitter. Sudfeld throw on 3rd down and long. He's going to be sacked. Bronson Calfusi wrapping him up and dropping him back at the 40-yard line. That is the 3rd sack for the Ravens defense tonight. Keenan Reynolds is awaiting the punt. Tressway. A 48-yard return earlier in the half. There'll be no return here. Secures it with the fair catch. Well, our defensive play
fade away. He knew where to position himself because he understood the defense and knew he had help over the top. That's saying a lot. It's one thing just to have the physical ability to run down, but to understand the nuance over the top and may not have gotten the interception.
Josh Woodrum and the Ravens offense backed up inside their 10. Quan Mizell. Short run on 1st down. Guys like Jalen Hill looking at undrafted free agents, and then seeing guys like Ricky Ortiz who takes a swing pass and had a nice vertical play earlier as well.
Yeah, classic 3-act play, right? We're going to move to that 2nd phase. Game 2 and 3. Here comes a vertical shot. Nice timing.
Woodrum up top, and CJ Ford pulls it down to the 45-yard line with the reception.
Over the top, you can see, look at the arc on it. You put the ball to the outside. 90% of the deep throws in this way are caught between 40 and 45 yards down the field, 5 yards from the sideline, and that's exactly where he put it.
Ford went up to take a one-hand grab, so it's victory formation now for the Ravens, who will have 2 snaps before they can take off for the locker room. Josh Woodrum will take the final snap. It's all a part of making sure everybody feels like they're part of the NFL.
It is, and that's good, because again, given the limitations of not being able to have training camp where fans come out, to get them exposed to it, you got to love it. The difference between, I mean, you say, yeah, it's preseason, you can be dismissive of it. The building's going to feel good tomorrow. There's a lot of energy when you go compared to what's going to happen in Washington. Yeah. Again, you can dismiss it and say it's preseason, no big deal, move on, we'll look at it, move on. But just the energy that brings to the locker room, the learning sessions, and then you transition, start getting ready for Miami. It's a good thing.